Right, we're back for a revisit of this, the Blue Yeti microphone. Now, if you haven't seen the previous video, I'll put a link to it up here somewhere or in the description, or both. Basically, this doesn't work, and what happened was we found one chip that had what looked like a little hole in it, but unfortunately, it was only marked with an F, so I had no idea what the chip was. And one of my subscribers actually left a comment to say that he thought it was this particular chip. And so I thought, well, why not? I'll just go and get some. And they have arrived. So we're going to take this apart again and put one of these chips in and see if that helps. Here we are, this is the chip in here. I need to clean up this a little bit. Okay, so it's D3 that we're going to take off, and like always, I'm going to use some low melt solder. There's a new one. Now, it does look like it's got a hole where the other one was. But anyway, let's maneuver this into position. Let's see if we can do this without it going places. This might be a bit tricky to see. Just to demonstrate, this is a UK £1 coin, and that is the size of the chip. It's about 2.25 centimeters across for those who use Imperial. That gives you an idea the size of that chip that I've just replaced. So it's a SOT 666. Let's put it back together again and let's try it. I'm really hoping that it was that chip and that we can get this back up and running. Right, so I don't know if you're going to be able to see the screen, but hopefully we should get something there. Now I believe there's a couple of lights on here, so let's which way does it go? Goes that way. Right, let's see. Fingers crossed. No. Nothing. Try a different USB. This D3 chip is a TVS diode array. So if we assume that this is pin 1 here, see if I can just focus in a little bit. Pin 2 is the 5 volts in, and that should come from this side of the resistor. Pin 3 and 4 are like inputs and outputs, as are these two, and this one is the ground. So if we go on the ground here, and then pin 5, we get that. We can see on this side of the resistor, we get 5 volts, and on this side we get 0.3, which means when it comes to here, we get 0.3. Right, what I think I'm going to do is take that R35 off. So what we could do is plug it in now and just inject voltage into there and see without that resistor there. I don't think that's going to make any difference, but let's just give it a go. Right, so we should get 5 volts there and nothing there. Yep. So we've got it set up, we've got it hooked up to the laptop. We're going to try and get some data flowing through here. So we need to bridge this gap, which will inject 5 volts into here. As you can see at the moment, it is 0. So we should, if we plug it in, we should get 5 volts now. And then correspondingly, we should get 5 volts here as well. So what I'm going to do is put it to logic, and then let's just see if we're getting any data there at all. And nothing there. Let's unplug it. So looking at that, we can see that the ARM chip's not requesting any data. There's no communication going there at all. I think we've got a couple of things going on here. One is that the R35, I think, was faulty. So that was stopping the voltage getting through. But prior to putting this new D3 chip on here, we were actually getting 5 volts at this point. Now, it is possible that this chip is faulty. However, it was obtained from a reputable source. There is a chance that it's the wrong IC, but looking at the datasheet, the pinout is the same, the voltages required are the same as the one I removed. I think it does kind of prove what I first thought about this, is that the ARM chip is completely dead. And as I showed in the last video, we did have a good clock signal, we did have a good voltage going into the ARM chip, but there was nothing. So I think we've exhausted all our possible avenues of test, and this one's going to be a no fix. So I'm going to put it back together again. I'm not sure why, but we'll do that, and then we'll come up and finish the video. Right, so it's back together again. That was my best hope, and unfortunately it's not to be. Right, we'll leave it there for today. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.